Now, stay with me on this. Jaire Alexander was not a designated captain for Sunday's game in Charlotte, which is his hometown, but he did walk out with the 3 designated captains, walked all the way out for the coin toss. Then he took over. He made the call. He actually called right tails, but then made the wrong call to the referee when the Packers did win the toss. Alexander said the Packers wanted to play defense instead of saying they deferred the choice to the Panthers, because the way he was saying it, the Panthers could have had the ball to start the game and to start the second half. But the referee saved him because Packer head coach Matt LaFleur had told the referee before the toss that if the Packers won the toss, they would defer. So the ref said to Alexander, "You mean you want to defer?" And Alexander said, "Yes." Yesterday, the Packers suspended Alexander for a game. So, Michael, help me out here. Have you ever heard of anything like this in all your years?
Never, ever heard of anything like this. And honestly, when we brought it up as a conversation, when it went down and it was brought to our attention that this happened, I was like, okay, do we know anything? Is he okay? You know what I mean? Like, is there any mental issues? Like, do we, you know what I mean? Because you want to be careful in case there's some situations going on. But I surely thought there was some situations going on. You've never seen anybody go out and, well, as long as I remember playing football, I mean, they're 5-year-old little leagues that you don't do that. When a coach, coaches, they've set captains forever. They've set captains forever. They're the captains. I've never seen anybody walk out and say, I'm just going out here to be a captain. And then take over the call.
Take the call.
You take over the call. What? I don't know. I know those other guys have to be sitting there saying, "Hey, where you come from, dog? What's going on here?" I've never seen. I thought, honestly, too, also, guys, what is this saying about the locker room now? You wouldn't have even thought about trying this in a Jimmy Johnson locker room. You wouldn't think about trying this in a Bill Parcells locker room. You so big, to button up. You tried, you know. Jimmy would have told some, get in the locker room, get your bags, and you get out right now. I mean, right in the middle, right. Soon as he walked back from midfield, he would have went right in that locker room. He'd have kicked them out. So I don't even know how to even address this. You know, he said he was from home, and maybe Coach didn't know that he was from home. And, yeah, he's from Charlotte.
I know. I understand. I looked at you like that because you said Coach didn't know. I mean, that coach know he's from Carolina.
I know.
Man, that coach absolutely 1,000% knows that he's from that region and that area, that city.
And we didn't make you a captain. There's something.
Okay, so there's a couple things here, right?
But they'll do that sometimes. It's your hometown. You're going home.
Yeah,
they'll make you the captain.
Absolutely.
They'll make you the captain.
So it's a couple things here.
Right.
I've never seen it before.
Nobody's ever seen it before.
When I first heard about it and I saw it, I'm like, no, somebody making a mistake here. Something's wrong. I don't know what, somebody made a mistake. But then as I dove into it deeper, and he messed up the call on top of that because they sent somebody, I don't know which one of the other 3 were the guy that was supposed to communicate to the referee, but they had already, Matt LaFleur had already communicated to the referee to make sure that
we defer.
We defer because something similar happened earlier in the year with them. So we wanted to just, precaution, make sure, hey, this is what it's going to be. It's going to be heads or tails, blah, blah, blah. But here's what I would say. Like Michael said, usually a coach tells you, yeah, Michael's from Fort Lauderdale. We're playing in Miami. Keyshawn's from L.A. And I would tell him, say, no, man, I'm good. I don't want to do it. We out in San Francisco.
You weren't into being captain.
I'm not into being the captain.
Because?
Well, I didn't want the coin toss, number one, because I might screw it up mentally, just not focused.
It's tricky.
And just do something. So I didn't want that on routine. I didn't want that, and I like my own routine. I want to be a team captain because I led different than the traditional team captains would lead. Now, here's what I would say, though. I'm not surprised why they suspended him at all. Because he deserves to be suspended. In fact, if he was on my team, he deserved was but to be cut. And that's probably coming in March because they'll save some money at about, I think it's about $1.6 million they'll save if they cut him because they've already given him most of his money.
They have.
And here's what I would say about Alexander. He probably, Michael and Skip, he doesn't want to be there anyway. He's probably at the point where he ain't really fooling with Joe Barry, the DC that I know very well as Matt LaFleur. He probably wants out, and so at this point, he's just his own guy, and he's going to do what he wants to do, knowing that they probably are going to part ways with him come springtime anyway. The only thing is people are going to start to question
and that's what I'm about to say. Then,
when it's time for him to get picked up
so
again.
Why would I invest if I'm seeing that you're doing this right here, going out on the coin toss? So that's a hard road.
And then when they say they want to keep you around for a long time, that's against the death. Oh, we really like him. He just made a mistake. We want him to be here forever. Oh, okay.
I will remind both of you, he has made 2 Pro Bowls, including one just last year. So he's a good player. Nobody doubts that.
Player at all.
But he had missed 6 straight games with a shoulder injury, and all of a sudden he comes back, maybe in part because he's going home, and he clearly wanted to be a captain and was not made a captain, so he just took it upon himself to make himself the captain. And not only was he making himself the captain, he took over the coin toss. He took it over. I'm going to call it.
I'm going
to call tails.
Okay, so help me.
I can't even hold a serious conversation.
So help me understand this, though,
out of line.
How did they not see him? How did they not see him on the field?
Oh, they see him right here.
Yeah, but why can't you tell him?
It's too late. It's too late. The hair's in the barn here. He's out there talking to the ref and everything.
But, Michael, I'm watching you walk out to the field. I'm standing there.
I don't know.
Well, what are you going to do, run out and grab him? If you're the coach? Go grab him and say, come back?
Look, the way it works is national anthem probably took place. The guys are now on the sideline. Now the captains are going to walk out. The refs are going to call for the captains. They're going to walk out. I'm the head coach. I'm watching, unless I'm overdoing something totally different.
Maybe you have something else going on.
Maybe you are off on the bench going over plays with Jordan Love. I don't know. But I'm going to assume that Matt LaFleur was standing on the sideline at this point. And if you saw him walk out there, you wouldn't. It seemed like you would have stopped him.
It's almost like, what do you do at that time? And that key, if you're on that team,
I'm too practical.
If Warren Sapp is on that team, or Charles Haley on it, and they notice it, they go, what you doing out here? And snatch him back. But very few people are going to run out there at that time and snatch him back. And I don't know that a head coach would do it.
I think he would yell to the position coach.
What is he doing?
Go and get him. I'm not saying, Michael, that he's standing there and I notice him. I'm saying as everybody leaves the field.
And they walk together.
They walk together.
Right, they walk together.
I'm counting 1, 2, 3.
But
what is he doing out there?
But it's so routine, nobody's really focused on it.
You might be right, I guess, Skip. I just... it was pretty... Look, I've done things in my career, like stayed back in the city in which the state which I was from, where everybody was like, where's Key? Man, Key done left with his family. He'd catch up with us. I've done those sort of things without the coach blessing it. I have. I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you, but that's different than in a game. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Would you suppose that he was trying to sort of show off for his friends and family that I'm a captain? Do you think he wanted to be a captain?
Oh, no doubt.
Yes, he wanted to be a captain.
No doubt.
And in all honesty, Skip, if I'm going to be real here, he probably should have been a captain. If he's from that city, which he is, he probably, all he got to do is stand there. I don't need you to call it because somebody else is calling it.
Right, and usually there's something going on if they don't make you a captain in your hometown. Usually there's something going on.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get control of a situation with a person. They usually don't make you a captain.
Every time I played, whether it was in San Diego, Oakland, or San Francisco, on any of my coaches that I've ever had, whether it was Parcells, Dungy, Gruden, they all said, hey, you're a captain today.
Really?
You're out there with Brooks in there. I'm like, no, I'm good, man. I'm fine. Because I was from the state. We didn't have a team in L.A., but that's just how most coaches do things. I don't know why Matt LaFleur didn't do it this way, because they had rotating captains every single week. Unlike some teams that have 4 captains for the entire year that's voted in.
All I know is they killing him in the locker room. They're killing him.
Oh, yeah.
They're all over him in the locker room, dude. What's going on, dude? What were you doing, dude?
And then there's other people that know what he was doing.
Right.
I'm telling you, Skip.
Right. If there's something,
the chances are he does not, without me actually knowing, probably doesn't want to be there.
Well, that's funny.
I think you're right.
Probably doesn't want to be there.
I also think he's not going to be there.
Yeah.
That's funny, yo.
Okay, up next.
You just walked out.
Wait until you hear what this man has to say about this. How many more sacks would Micah have if more holding had been called? Any more sacks?
He lead the league in sacks. If he just listen to me.
I don't know that. I don't know, but you know, 17.